Hello, this is Double O Gaming, back with another Rct3 video. The reason why I've done music for the other two that I've done lately is mainly because I didn't know what to say during those. And also, I've been a little sick, so my bad about that. Anyways, we're back with another great video. Right now, I'm just trying to build a sign for a roller coaster I've made. I also forgot to click record, so yeah, there's the roller coaster. But it's called Silver Surf, or not Silver Surfer, it's called Quicksilver. I'm trying to get the sign detail onto it, but then I keep forgetting not to cover up, well, I keep forgetting that, yeah, I'm not supposed to cover up the very bottom. So I redo the sign about 3 or 4 times until finally it becomes right, so you'll just be seeing me going through this multiple times. I also decided to put these stands up here because it makes it look a lot better, actually. Like, no joke, it looks amazing like that. But, yeah, right now, what you see us doing right now is building up the sign. Now, this is going to be the signature look of Quicksilver for anyone that's walking down the path. I'm not going to be able to do signs for everything, so there's that to know. But I thought it'd be cool for the Quicksilver because of, honestly, I just thought it looked cool. Now, again, you see me building this up, and I sort of forgot, again, not to cover up the top. So you'll be seeing me fixing that very soon. Anyways, yeah. We're just trying to fix all that up. So the idea of the whole park, which I don't think I've mentioned yet, is, it's gonna be superheroes and supervillains. That's why I didn't call it a superhero park, a supervillain park, or anything in that way. I just called it superbia, mainly because it's a suburbia of supers. And you take it in the direction you want to. Now, of course, this park is going to be a little different. There's going to be new things added to it, and you'll find a few tricks that I just learned how to do, but I will get to those when it becomes in that area. So yeah, we're almost finished with the sign, but I'm not going to like keep it in that look. At first we tried white to see if white looks good, but no, white just did not match, so we decided to go with all the black. And the black actually looks really great on it, so I'm kind of happy we did that. Yeah, that is our beautiful sign for our new ride. Now, I wanted to see if I could change these stakes, because I didn't want them to be black, but nope. Instead, it ends up hitting the panel, so we decided to just live with black stakes. Anyways, now we're trying to get some foliage in here. At first we went for the oak, and then we realized, let's go for the trees that actually fit. So we're looking for those, and after a while we finally find them, and we decided to fill up the park with that. We also never really put a lot of foliage around the Spider-Man ride, so we thought it would be time for us to try to mix it up a little bit, have a little bit of fun with it. So we put a lot of work into that. It took us a few minutes to figure out how to fully make this work, but we decided that it would look great with the trees around it, and we even tried to put some trees in the water to make it look like if this pond had overflowed. As well as that, we wanted to add a ride into the middle of this pathway, because, like, it really needed one. So we're thinking, and then we're like, Spider-Man 2, there was Dr. Octopus. You know how he drops off the building? So we're going to do a not drop coaster, we're going to do a free fall. Because that would show him going to the top and then just dropping off. So, yeah, we decided to do that, but we didn't want to just keep it all naked and stuff. We built a building around it, which you'll get to see later in construction, as this does take up almost all the video. Yeah, I know, right? So we're thinking of colors for it, and this at first was for the car, so I was like, what do we want? What would make it look nice? Then we're on to this area, the track, and we decided that if we go for a different shade of green with the black, it actually really does look like Dr. Octopus's, well, kind of uniform-looking stuff. So yeah, we got Doc Ock's Drop. It's the name of the ride, and I would put a POV on this, but I'm going to wait till the park is finished, and we'll do a tour around the park. Of course, in part 1, part 2, and part 3 kind of stuff, as I can't make my videos over 15 minutes. So yeah, that kind of solves the reason of why I don't make videos more than 14 minutes, or a little bit above 14. But yeah, so we're building the building around it, and I decided to make it look a little better by spacing out the window area. Instead of doing it like put a window, space out, put another window, I decided to do that vertically instead. So we're spacing out like that, and it actually comes up pretty great. Of course, right now it's not going to look that great because we didn't add the second part of it. And we actually don't get to finish this today, so there is a downside to this. But you can just see us adding in the windows and building around it. It looks really great. I mean, I usually don't comment myself this much on these, but this came out really well. I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Also, I want to know what you guys want me to do next. I know a lot of people want me to do Xbox stuff, as I've kind of did a video on that. Now, I actually can't do my Xbox thing right now. It got taken away. I've done some stupid stuff, which I'm not going to get into. But, yeah, I won't have my Xbox for a little bit. So, anyways, back to the thing. What kind of videos would you like me to make? And just leave a comment down below, and if I will be reading it, so if I like it, I will mark it, and I will do a video on the game. Now, right now, I can only do mobile device games, so if you know a game on your mobile device that's friendly to the App Store, the Apple App Store, then let me know it in the comments down below. I can try to make a video on it. Alright, now we're just going around, putting the building parts together, and you actually kind of see it coming together. It looks beautiful, really, it does. Of course, not in the black paint. The black paint doesn't really make it look amazing. I mean, there's not a lot of buildings that look just like that. So, of course, we're going to fix that up later, but we're just adding the walls in, so then kind of get that idea of the almost like apartment building kind of feel. And I know what you're probably thinking, that really doesn't fit with the Spider-Man ride right next to it, but you'd actually be wrong, because that actually would fit once we put in more buildings around the Spider-Man ride. Probably not as big as that, and I'll probably do some of this off screen, so yeah. But we're honestly gonna try to build up on that as much as we can. So we finally make it to the top. We didn't want to add anything on because we wanted to keep going with our video, and we decided that the Spider-Man ride wasn't exactly finished yet. So, of course, you're going to see us go to that real quickly. I'm kind of just looking around trying to think of the building. But before we get to that, I forgot we have to paint the building. The building paint is all white with a little bit of gray, which actually really makes it look amazing. Because now it honestly feels like a building. Feels like it makes sense. We're also going to try to paint in a lot of the red that you see in the Spider-Man ride to kind of give it its white feel to it. And it ends up looking beautiful. Then what we find out is that we actually don't want wooden parts around it, so we end up replacing it with some metal, which looks amazing as well. Now back to the ride, we wanted to look at this and try to add some cool things to it, especially the fact that we haven't added our entrance and exit. So we decided to work on that first and then add, so then the building looks almost finished, we add doors around it. So at first we looked at that one, it didn't look great, and we ended with the glass doors because it looks like people can actually walk through them, and it almost looks like they're always open. So it actually ends up really nice. Now we're going on to the Spider-Man ride to finish it up because it really needed a finish to it. It didn't look great, and so we tried to put some finishing into it. We're also looking at the ride, seeing if the colors really do look nice, which they do, but the track piece turned white, so we had to change that. Afterwards, we were wondering if the light blue would look nice on the car, but it really didn't, so we stuck with our regular blue. We decided to get the scaffolding on the side of that to make it blue, but we felt like, maybe it should leave some of the red there. Maybe it'll make it look nice. So we decided to do that as well. We also realized there's a lot of trash around our park after opening it for a little bit. And we realized we didn't have any trash cans. So we're just putting in some trash cans to make the place look better. More spiffy, if you will. Yeah. And it comes out beautifully. So, of course, I put a lot of work into it. Now we're making the cube for the Quicksilver thing. We won't actually get into the customization yet. So, of course, We're just trying to make the queue in so then we know what exactly they're going to do. My little trick for you, if you want to go for an elevated queue, but you don't get it to start where you want it, just make a path and then connect the queue to that and then get rid of the path and you can do that. Now, we actually wanted to put a little more detail into this, so we decided to just put a little more creativity in each part of this, and it looks beautiful in the end. We're looping around the cube. Not all this cube is going to be inside, so of course we want to put some cool features in there. And yeah, that ends up beautiful. Now, we also want someone to get off of our ride after a little while, so of course we did some work on that as well. And yeah, of course, always wonderful. The queue on this, we decided we wanted to go outside the building for the most part, for the reason it just looks so much better like that. And you wouldn't expect a lot of people to be going on this drop coaster that much. So, I mean, it does make a lot more sense to do that. Now we're trying to think of what color we want the wood to be. We settle on a light brown, and it looks wonderful on it. And that's what we use to panel the inside of it. And as the queue part, the beginning, before you go to the queue or before you go to the asphalt, there's a spot where you can just build it right into it, so it looks like it's the inside of the building, and it looks amazing. I give it just everything. We also wanted to try to do some elevation parts, but realized it just doesn't fit, so we left that part out. Now we're just looking through and figuring out what we can do. We decided to put some flowers in, and at first we couldn't get the flowers going underneath the tree, but if you elevate the flowers for some reason, when you click on them, all of a sudden they just go instantly into the ground, so they can fit with the trees, and it's a really cool thing to do. I recommend you doing that for your parks, because it always works, and it will help you out so much more than usual. So, I also did that so I can put some other things around it, because you don't have to put the tree down first and then do it. You just elevate it, and then, boom. It just works, and then you can put other cool stuff inside of it. I put a bat in there, I put a few squirrels in there, just to make it look pretty. And, yeah. So that is mainly the big part. I also looked at that. Yeah, I probably won't fix that anytime soon. I want to try to put the flowers in here too, to see how they looked. But they look really bad, so I decided not to keep them. Like, they look really bad. So now we're just testing to see how it looks. It's pretty cool. And then, yeah, just see the launch. Looks pretty cool altogether, but that's the end of it, so we'll get into the rest of the video later. If you want to see any new videos, let me know. Leave your comments down below. I will look at them. But this is the end of the video for today, so enjoy the rest of your day. This is 00 Gaming signing off.